Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to set up a Fender Jazzmaster. This is one of those Chicago Music Exchange editions. It's got the different kind of switching setup on it than a regular Jazzmaster. And well, today we're not going to do anything with the frets. They look pretty nice. This guitar is like pristine. It's actually from the same gentleman I bought this Nashville Telly from, which is not a mark on either guitar. And I'm just going to do I'm going to cut the nut. I'm going to obviously adjust the truss rod, adjust the action, adjust the intonation. And that's about it. But before we get started, there's one thing you could do for me. I appreciate that. Thanks. So the first thing we're going to do, and this is important, and it drives me crazy when people don't do this. Cut off the strings. And another thing to do when you do this is to be careful with these things, especially if you have pets or little kids, because these things that get in the rug, and before you know it, your cat is running around the house with one of these stuck in its eye or up its nose, or one of your kids has got one of these. Because usually with every guitar setup, I bleed at least once. It's usually that darn G string. The G string, I always seem to bleed. So be careful with these strings that you cut off. Now I've got a capo on the first fret, and I'm going to hold down the last fret. So now the string is a straight edge. And I'm just going to see how much relief the neck has, and it kind of go like this. It's a little bit concave, right? And I like almost no relief. I like it really like 2000s. So I'm going to do it at the ninth fret. Okay, so there's probably about 5 thousandths maybe. Let's find out there. Need a little more light. Yeah, we need to take this neck, and I'm going to just tighten this truss rod up just a little bit. Let me see if I can keep from hurting the string here. Okay. There. Always use the right truss rod wrench, the right Allen. Okay, let's see if that moved. Sure did. So now, put my contraption back on. And see where we're at the ninth fret. Oh, that's tight. That's real tight. See if we got about 2 thousandths of an inch. I still could use more light. This is not holding together for me. Okay. It might be a little bit bigger than 2 thousandths. It might go a little bit more. See what happens. Yeah, it's pretty flat now. Pretty straight. Okay. Oh, here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. that is pretty barely any movement whatsoever. So we're pretty close. That's going to be good. Now we're going to take this nut down, which is ridiculously high. Well, yeah, that's high. And we're going to take care of it. So I started cutting the nut, and I must have moved my file, and it just snapped. The nut just snapped. And I know I was pretty tired when I was doing it, and you should never do that when you're tired. So I've got this replacement, and they come with a little notch at the bottom. I've already cut it off. That's so you can use it on a straight slot, kind of like that. So I've already sanded that little notch. I've already taken it out. And basically when you're fitting it, I sand this side here. I got a piece of pretty flat wood. And so when you put the nut in like so, you want to sand this side. You don't want to sand this side. That's kind of like the finished side there. So I pretty much got it. I got it pretty close. Oh. So there. I got to do a little bit more work to it, but I got it fitting in there pretty good. So I'm going to have to bob the ends because it's a little wide, and then we'll just start cutting the nut like normally. Okay, I got the nut fit in there, and now I just need to do the height. I'm going to shoot for about 11 thousandths. I've already got my 11 thousandths feeler gauge all ready. So I got to play it a bit, but the E string snapped. And it was down here it snapped, which is kind of odd. Huh. You'd think it would have been here. So, the nut is done. I'm going to take it out and clean it up a little bit. And I'm probably going to tape off the fretboard and just polish these frets a little bit. Because that's what I do. Then I'll put another set of strings on it. These strings have been through a little bit, and then I'll intonate it and it'll be all done. I'm going to go over these frets. I did them with 600, 800. I'll probably go up to like 2000, and then I'm going to polish them. Okay, I did them up to 2500, and I'm going to throw a little bit of polish on them now. Here we go. I'm going to take a little tight bond and put it in the slot here and drop the nut in. Oh, this looks like it's gonna. Come on. A little bit. I put a little here too. That should be plenty. And we'll just slip it in here, make sure it's centered, and string the guitar up. Pretty simple stuff. The reason I didn't let the glue out of here because then it's a mess to clean, and I only needed a tiny bit. And here's something I like to do. I take that and stick it onto this tape. I've got a cat that likes to get into things, and I don't want her to get into these strings because they do find their way around the house sometimes. Stuck in the rug. So I just put them all on this piece of tape. and then just fold the tape over and stick your thumb in there. There, all 6 are stuck in there now. Put that in the garbage. The nut's right in the center, perfect. 11 thousandths of an inch across the board. And now I'll just set the action, tune it up, set the action, and we'll get the intonation. Maybe check the pickup height first and then do the intonation. Finally get to play this. It's been down for a few days waiting for the nut. So apparently one of the ways to set up a Jazzmaster is to screw in all the set screws so the string can pass over them, so you can put the string wherever you want, even right over one of these Allens. And then what you do is you get it to the radius of the neck, which is like a 9.5 approximately. Then you take a 1/8 Allen and you can raise or lower the whole thing. See, I did not know that. I'm learning. I've never worked on a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar. So that's how you set the action. Okay, the intonation, the only string that was out was the E string. And of course, how to set the intonation. Of course, you wouldn't do it in this position. Usually you'd have the guitar vertical like in your lap. But just to show you how it's done, you it's probably okay. And then you just fret it on the 12th fret and compare the two. See, it seems a little bit high now, but I just did it in my lap and it was fine. See how it's showing sharp? So now the bridge goes that way. The bridge goes that way if it's sharp. Now, if when you fret it, it's flat, then the saddle has to go that way. I detuned it for that. Okay, now let's try putting the neck up a little higher here. Okay, I don't know, can I do this? I'll fret it there. See, it's a lot closer. If I hold the guitar, let's try it. Let's try it, because I just intonated this guitar. Okay, I don't want to scratch in on my tripod. So let's just move this over a little. I've got all kinds of stuff in the way right here. Okay, bring this. I'm hoping you can see this. All right, can you see that? I was hoping you could see that. Okay. A string. Okay, now at the 12th fret. That's suddenly sharp. Twelfth fret. There, it's right. So usually you have the guitar in the playing position, kind of like so. So it might get a little more fine tuning. I'm just not used to this kind of setup here, but it's pretty close. It's pretty good. The nut is done. 11 thousandths across the board there. You can see the action's pretty low. Plays good. Got a good neck, good, nice straight neck. Yeah, the bridge and the trem on this are a little bit different than I'm used to. This screw here adjusts the angle of the bar, which was, because it was sitting super low. So I think I got it pretty good. I might play it for a few days and do a little more tweaking, but it's pretty much set pretty nice. See, the action is pretty good. That's about it for the setup. I'm going to play this guitar for a few days and maybe further tweak the setup a little bit. Doesn't want to fret out or anything. Nothing buzzes. Frets seem to be put in all the way, which is good. They should be. And I couldn't find anything about the pickup height. So I got them set right about where they're at right there. Hold that down. I might lower them a little bit. And this bridge and this trem, this is the first time I've ever messed around with one of these. So you can use the 2 screws and adjust the bridge up. But you can also adjust the saddles separately. Not like on a Tune-O-Matic, where the only way to adjust the up and down action is with the 2 screws. These just adjust the intonation back and forth. But these, they can go up and down also. It's different, really different. The screw here, all that does is adjust where this bar sits. And I'll tell you one thing right now. Leo Fender, he got it right with that trem. That trem is incredible. It's incredible. And there's a little screw on the arm, so you can have whatever tension you want on the arm. And it doesn't do this. But anyway, that's a whole different matter. So yeah, the setup's done. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button and subscribe. It helped me out. I would love that. It doesn't cost you anything. And we'll set something else up down the road. Hopefully you'll come back. Have a great day.